Hello, lady. It's the middle of the day, and I'm here, your darling friend Amalia, with a bit of words for you. So far, we're off to a great start. I am talking to you from a rooftop that is close to my work. You may recognize it from where I went for a brief second during the eclipse. It's a slightly better view today. We'll give it a shot. We're looking up 3rd Avenue right now. If you can see way in the background right there. That's the Space Needle. So that's cool. Also on the other side behind me, this is to the south, that right there is the Smith Tower. It was one of the oldest, tallest buildings in Seattle, and if it weren't cloudy and if there weren't a lot of smoke happening, right there is where Mount Rainier would be. So overall, great rooftop. I'm going to sit down because the dress that I'm wearing is rather floaty. Oh my god. Okay, I also just realized that I've been coming to this rooftop for 4 years now, basically, and they're growing blueberries behind me. Hold on. That's like all this time I've been missing out on rooftop blueberries, and they were right here next to my work all along. Anyway, hi. I have a couple of things to say, and I hope it's not too windy for you to hear them, because it's sure as shit too windy to be wearing this dress. Okay. So, this week, I am absolutely going to agree with you, has been it has. Top to bottom, this week has been I was gonna try to put a word to it, but I think you pretty much summed it up in your last video. The title of your last video was Waiting is the Hardest Part. And while I think that waiting is an extremely hard part, I would like to posit the fact that waiting is not the hardest part. Uncertainty is the hardest part. Not knowing what comes next and knowing that you're in a period of change is the hardest part. I empathize with this situation for you. I'm in a period of change as well, which I will, address more later, I'm sure, after there's a little bit less uncertainty. But like, listen, Max is coming back. He's coming back soon, and he's gonna smooch you a lot. I've never met the guy, but I bet he wouldn't mind my assuming that. That's great. But like all this like job stuff, life stuff, like just the uncertainty of not knowing what comes next, that sucks. You and I have been talking some, and you've been saying that you're frustrated with yourself, that your impulse in the midst of this stressful situation is just to not do anything. And I totally understand that. But the thing is, I just want to make the point that not doing anything is actually a survival skill. People always talk about fight or flight. People never talk about fight, flight, or freeze. The thing is, sometimes when you don't move, you don't rock an already rocking boat more than it's already rocking. Oh boy, that got away from me. Sometimes when you don't move, the T-Rex can't see you. You're welcome for that. I love you. The thing is, by having this impulse to shut down a little, like, it protects you. It protects you until the next part. And I also like to think of it, because I do the same thing, of course, like, I like to think of it sort of as like incubation, right? Like period of growth. When I'm on the cusp of a really big change, I have noticed of myself that I come down on myself super fucking hard. Like I'm so down on myself, like I can't do anything right. Like maybe nothing has changed about my behavior. Maybe nothing has changed about anyone else's behavior towards me, but the fact that there's like change impending, surely I must be doing something wrong. Like surely I must be at fault here, because change is hard and this hurts and I deserve it for one reason or another. That's where my head goes. That frustrates me too. Anyway, okay, I just want to say, I know that you're stressed out right now. I'm stressed out too. There's a lot that's stressful going on in the world. The world is simultaneously burning and underwater and shaking itself into oblivion. And then we're all just trying to live lives, be adults, figure out what it is that we're doing in the midst of a whole lot of craziness in the world. I don't know. And you may be stressed out to the point of listening to Moby alone in your room. Which, okay, pro tip, if you know Charlotte and you ever walk by her room and there's Moby coming out of it that she's listening to, just keep walking. Just give it a minute. Come back another time. Nothing's that important. Just keep on going. But You're doing great, lady. You really are. You cleaned your whole room. You did a ton of laundry. Things I know about you that you've done in the last day or two. You're showing up to work. You're being a good friend. You've been so supportive for me. You're like, you're keeping a cat alive. Like, you are a fully functioning adult, and at the end of the day, you are not doing nothing. You're working really hard, and you're throwing out a lot of nets. You're throwing a lot of noodles against the wall to see what sticks, and you know what? You're doing great. I just want to say that you're okay, and I'm okay, and it's all gonna be okay, because look how far we've come, and we can keep going at least that far. So, okay, I am going to, I think, surreptitiously eat some of these bloobs. I'm also gonna not keep bothering the people whose office window I'm sitting outside of. But either way, yeah, you're doing great. That's all. That's all I had to say. Just that I love you, and stay the course, because we're all gonna make it through. Okay, if you're not Charlotte, like, subscribe, blah blah blah, whatever. It's YouTube, whatever. Charlotte, one of these days we really need to come up with a send-off. Something, send off something. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Eat as many servings of fruit a day as you can, whether or not you grew them on a rooftop. Okay, bye.